Hello viewers and listeners. Welcome once again to Salida TeleRadyo Eskwela. Today is another episode full of learning and fun here in School on Air. I'm your teacher host, Leonela Pacres from La Filipina National High School. Before we proceed mga kaastig, I would like to inform you that you can be heard in La Filipina National High School official Facebook page. And with our partner radio station 98.3 Gold FM, Kuya Wano. This time we will explore another topic in TLE grade 10. Cooking methods suitable to different meat cuts. And of course, for those who are willing and interested to learn, you are very much welcome to join us. And now, are you ready mga kaastig? Great! Let us all welcome our teacher broadcaster, Ma'am Loverly Paman.
Hello and good day students. How's your life during pandemic week? Keep safe always and stay at home to save lives. Okay, this time, prepare yourself together with your modules, pen, notes, because I will be delivering another topic in TLE Cookery 10 Quarter 4. Here's our objectives at the end of the lesson. First, identify cooking methods suitable to the different meat cut. Second, give the factors affecting choice of cooking methods in meat. But before we start, let us have a pre-test to check your prior knowledge. Here's the instruction. Identify the cooking methods used of the following dishes. Answer if it is dry heat cooking or moist heat cooking. You are going to answer in 5 seconds. Are you ready, students? Let's start. Number 1. Pork pochero. The answer is moist heat cooking. Number 2. Grilled pork loin. The answer is dry heat cooking. Last number, beef stew. The answer is moist heat cooking. Did you get a perfect score? Very good. The topic that I'm going to discuss to you today is about cooking methods suitable to the different meat cut. In cooking meat dishes, methods of cooking meat should be selected based on initial tenderness of the cut. There are 2 cooking methods suitable to the different meat cuts. We have the dry heat cooking and moist heat cooking. What is dry heat cooking? Refers to any cooking technique where the heat is transferred to the food item without using any moisture. The dry heat cooking method suitable for tender cuts of meat. Tender cuts of meat are taken from the parts of the animal where the muscles are not well exercised. These are the sirloin, porterhouse, T-bone, tenderloin, and prime rib roast. Here are examples of a dry heat cooking. Number 1, we have the roasting and baking, where the hot air from an oven completely surround the food, cooking it evenly on all sides. Another is the broiling. Broiling is done in an oven or outdoor grill. Cook the meat until it is browned on one side. Then broil the other side to the desired doneness of the meat. Another is the pan broiling. For a pan broiling, a non-stick pan is used to cook the meat until brown on both sides. Due to occasional turning, there is no need to add water or cover the meat. The pan broiling is similar to oven broiling. However, it is faster and more convenient. Another method is the pan frying. For pan frying, the meat is first browned on both sides in a small amount of fats and then seasoned. Cook the meat uncovered at a moderate temperature, turning occasionally until done. The pan frying only differs from the broiling is that a small amount of fat added first. Okay, another is the stir frying. The stir frying is a variation of pan frying method. Cooking sliced meat quickly in a small amount of oil in a skillet or wok while stirring continuously. And the last one is the deep frying. For a deep frying, the food is completely immersed in a hot oil which cooks the food quickly, producing a crispy surface over a tender and moist interior. So again, students, the dry heat cooking methods are the roasting and baking. We have the broiling, the pan broiling, the pan frying, stir frying, and a deep frying. These cooking methods suitable for a tender cuts of meat like the porterhouse and the T-bone. Okay, let's proceed to another method, which is the moist heat cooking. It includes any technique that involves cooking with moisture, whether it's steam, water, stock, wine, or some other liquid. Moist heat cooking is suitable to less tender cuts of meat like the chop, the flank rump, and the shoulder. The less tender cuts of meat are cuts of meat which taken from the most exercised muscle parts of the live animals. And here the example of a moist heat cooking methods. First is the boiling. The boiling involves cooking food in water or other liquids that had been heated to their boiling point. Another is the braising. The braising is a technique done by browning the meat on all sides in a heavy utensils. Then, a small amount of water is added and the meat is cooked until tender at a low temperature. Another is the stewing. So, for the stewing, the meat is cooked in a small amount of liquid for a long time. And the last is the steaming. So for the steaming, it is a technique that employs the hot steam to conduct the heat of the food items. So again, students, the moist heat cooking method are the boiling, the braising, the stewing, and the steaming. So this moist heat cooking method are suitable for a less tender cuts of meat. What are the factors affecting choice cooking method of meat? First factor is the cuts of meat. The tender cuts like the ribs and loin cuts are used for roasting, broiling, and grilling. Then for the less tender cuts from the legs or round are used for braising. Then the tougher cut from the chuck or shoulder are usually braising method. Then the less tender cuts from the shanks, the breast, the brisket, and flank are cooked by moist heat method. For the ground meat and cube, usually made from the trimmings, can be cooked. You can use that dry heat method or a moist heat method. Number 2 factor is the fat content. The meat with a high in fat are cooked without added fat such as roasting or broiling. So yung mga karne na mataas yung fat content, you can cook that without adding a fats. Then, meat low in fat are often cooked with added fat to prevent dryness like sautéing, pan-frying, or braising. So, yung mga karne na konti lang ang mga fats, you can cook that with added fat to prevent the dryness of the meat. And the last factor the desired quality. Tenderness is not only the goal of cooking. You have to consider the flavor and the appearance in preparing dishes. So again, the factors affecting the choice of cooking methods of meat. We have the cuts of meat. Second, the fat content. And the number 3 is the desired quality. Okay, this time, prepare for evaluation. So, to check your learning. So, be honest in answering each item. You have 5 seconds to answer each item. So, here's the instruction. You are going to identify the cooking method suitable to the different beef cuts. You have to answer dry heat cooking or moist heat cooking. Answer honestly each item. Are you ready, students? Let's start. Number 1. T-bone. Is it dry heat cooking or moist heat cooking? The T-bone suitable for dry heat cooking. Number 2. Plank. Is it a dry heat cooking or moist heat cooking? Very good, students. The flank suitable for moist heat cooking. Number 3. Chuck short rib. Is it dry heat cooking or a moist heat cooking? The answer is moist heat cooking. Number 4. Flat bone. Is it dry heat cooking or moist heat cooking? The answer is dry heat cooking. Number 5. Porterhouse. Is it dry heat cooking or moist heat cooking? The answer is dry heat cooking. Did you get a perfect score? Great! Congratulations, students! And here's your assignment. So you search in the internet or any book recipe about meat dishes. So one recipe of dishes that use dry heat cooking method and one recipe that use a moist heat cooking method. You write the recipe in a clean sheet of paper and pass it to your teacher. Thank you so much, students, of your participation, and I hope you learned a lot from our lesson today and you can use that in your daily lives. See you next school year. Goodbye and God bless.
That was great! Thank you so much, Ma'am Lore. To our viewers and listeners, thank you for listening. I hope that you learned a lot with our topic today. See you next TeleRadyo. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.